Hey y'all, welcome to the Suburban Stitcher podcast. My name is Diane and today is September 15th, 2017. This is episode 130, I believe. So welcome to the show. You can find me on social media. My name is Diane. I am DBB Stitch on Ravelry and Suburban Stitcher on Instagram. That is where you can find everything that I do on social media. I am also, best way to get in contact with me is probably to email me. Ravelry messages are okay. Instagram messages are super hard. And email is the best, and that's diane@suburbanstitcher.com. This podcast is on iTunes and YouTube, so if you're watching it, you have already discovered that you can find it either place. So I think that's it. I'm coming to you from Richmond, Texas, which is outside of Houston. I am wearing my new Houston Strong shirt that I got from a local artist. I just love it. I got my hair cut. This is still so long and yet it's so short compared to what it was, which is kind of funny. It's a little bit shorter in the back, which is fun. And it's also, I just got this done today. And so she flat ironed my hair, which I never do. And it feels very strange. What's interesting is that it's short enough in the back now that there's almost no pink in some spots. You can see how underneath there's just almost all back to brown again. I think I might be done with the pink. I don't know though. We'll see. So anyway, how is everybody? I hope you're well. I hope that you've had a great few weeks. Few weeks? I think it's just been a week. Pretty sure, maybe. Anyway. It has been lovely here. We are still recovering. Our neighborhood is just kind of getting back together. I want to thank you all so much for all of your support, all of your well wishes, all of the people who have bought River's Edge skeins of yarn from me. We have sold a little over 100, which means that I have raised over $1,000 for the Behind the Badge charity, which is a local charity in Fort Bend County, Texas, that supports Fort Bend County first responders, and it specifically is going to their Hurricane Harvey emergency fund, which is giving money to the over 130 first responders who were directly affected and whose homes were destroyed as a result of the flood. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you would like to send something else, please let me know. There might be one or two skeins of the Hurricane Harvey yarn left in the shop, but at this point, I will no longer be selling any of those for fundraising purposes. And next time it's in the shop, it will just be as a regular skein. So I just want to say thank you again. I'm honestly was completely overwhelmed with the response. I thought I would maybe sell 30 or 40 skeins, and I've sold over 100 in less than a week, which is amazing. I had to put it up again, and I'm just so excited, so overwhelmed, so grateful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And my heart truly goes out to those who are in the path of Irma, or were in the path of Hurricane Irma, and who are trying to start rebuilding their lives as well. It's devastating and scary and frightening, and quite honestly, I couldn't watch a whole lot of news on it because I just couldn't. It was so raw and so fresh for us here that I couldn't watch it. But know that my prayers were with you, and they still are with you. I think I have almost cried like 20 times this week, because as I watched various podcasts that were just saying that they were giving, well wishes to us, or specifically to me and my family, I literally think I almost cried like 20 times, which is kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. So thank you. I am going to be putting the information about the winners for the Around Your Neck Cal at the very end of this podcast. So if you are wanting to know if you won any prizes, then go to the end and you will get to see that there. So let's start with finished objects. I have one finished object that is caught in yarn, of course, because everything eventually gets caught on yarn here, right? Oh my gosh, seriously? It's these little rubber tips. I finished my Je t'aime socks. So these are a yarn dyed by Mustache Yarn. The main color, they are not exact matches. You can see that they do not match exactly, but the striping sequence was such that I thought that it really wouldn't matter. I added a accent heel in this bright, fun pink. It is a color from Colorful Eclectic, and I think it's called I Believe in Pink, but I could be wrong. So this is Je t'aime. This pair of socks is done. They were started this year on Valentine's Day, and then I finished them on September 14th. So what is that? March, April, May, June, July, August. That's 7 months. Only took me 7 months to finish one pair of socks. They are slightly, a little bit, well, and really maybe they're not. Just these blockers are kind of weird, so it's hard to tell exactly. But I feel like they're quite a bit longer than I normally make my socks, which is kind of nice for a change. So they are done. And with that, I am down to a whole new 10s digit for works in progress. Y'all know me. I always have so many, and that's just reality for Suburban Stitcher. It's just the way it works. I have one other pair of socks that I've just slowly been working on. I can't remember if I've done a ton of progress since the last podcast, but it's this sock right here. This is the At the Vicarage pattern, and the yarn is Predictability from my shop. That's the back stockinette section. The marker for this one is from Sugar Tots on Etsy. It's a little ice cream cone narwhal, and the bag is from Sugar Tots as well, with the unicorns and the gold metallic. So this one is going to get put into rotation as well. It's patterned, and so I have to think about it a little bit more, but I have a road trip coming up over the next few days, and this will probably be what I work on in the car, just because it's easy and portable and doesn't take up a whole lot of lap room. And so it will be great. And as you can see, I'm, enough past the heel where I could easily, if I just dedicated my mind to it, which is half the problem, then this will be done. I also have decided this sock is a little bit too big for me. And so I have decided that this pair of socks is actually not going to be a pair. It's just going to be one. This is going to be a shop sample for Suburban Stitcher yarn Predictability. It's such a popular colorway, and I know people are going to want to see a sample of it knit up with the speckles and how it works up. And so this will be just a permanent shop sample for me, which will be great. And then I will have half of a skein that I can do whatever, or more than half of a skein actually, that I can do whatever I feel like with. So that is that, and then that project will be done. Kind of, if you can sense a theme, I'm really on this, over the last several months, I've been on a kind of finish what you've started kick, which is nice and refreshing. That being said, I do have a brand new work in progress that I started last week. I am such a sucker for mystery knit-alongs, and y'all know I knit my Find Your Fade in less than a month, very, very early on. She released that pattern like a few days before Christmas, or mid-December maybe, and mine was finished before the end of January. I finished that sucker so fast. I loved it, absolutely loved it. It's one of my favorite projects. I still wear it all the time. When it's cool, it's my go-to shawl. And for as much as people have said it's so big, I don't know what to do with it, that is what I love about it the most. So for me, the bigger the better, for sure. That's what she said. Because I'm 12. Sorry. Okay, so I cast on. I had to. I just saw the first clue and just couldn't stand it anymore. I cast on for What the Fade, which is the mystery knit along that Andrea Mowry is doing. If you do not want to know the, you know what I could do here, and y'all may travel with me, because what I'm gonna do is we're gonna kind of travel over here to my my work desk, which is right next to this camera. Hi, how are you? So good to see everybody. We're going to travel over to my work desk, and I'm going to show you let's see how well I can do this. So, let's see. Oops, sorry, I'm making people seasick. I know. Okay, so here's my fade colors. Do you see that? So it starts with that right there. These are all hedgehog fibers. This is Oracle, Little Women, Foxglove, Crybaby, Bee's Knees, and Banana Legs. So these two are, this was a exclusive to Jimmy Bean's Wool, and this one was a club color. So those two are some that are not readily available. You'd have to find them in D-Stash. The rest of the four are very easy to find. So that was my fade, and I just was in love with it. I love the Grello look. Okay, so if you are not wanting to see the actual shawl, if you are wanting it to be a surprise, if you have not seen any of the clues and you just still want it to be a surprise, then avert your eyes. And also congratulations for being in complete avoidance of social media, because it's everywhere. But, so here it is. Okay, so it does start off, I'm just going to talk about it. If you're not looking, you know, whatever. It does start off in brioche. The first two clues are all brioche. It is easy brioche, but the color that you can see, the black with most of the speckles, right here is that Oracle color, and then it fades into the Little Women color. On the back, you're fading as well. So this part is Crybaby, which is the white with just very few speckles. And then it fades into Bee's Knees, which is white with mostly yellow and gold speckles. So it's a much more subtle fade. Well, both of them are fairly subtle, but they're just kind of, this side especially is like a cacophony of speckles. That's the show title, A Cacophony of Speckles. I'm loving it. I am so usually not a neon girl, and I'm absolutely, completely smitten in love with the neon yellow that's already appearing and that is going to be appearing even more. Like, I just can't even, you guys. I can't even. So let me find a section that's really good. So like those, like this right here, it's just my jam for some reason. Like every time I get to these big, or it just turns a lot of yellow right there. I just love it. And that's so not Suburban Stitcher usually, right? And it's yellows and golds like all together. I just love it. I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. So, I think you can definitely tell that the top up here has much more concentration of black with all of the speckles. And then it fades down into this one that's mostly gray, still with colored speckles with way less black. So overall, it definitely is fading from dark to light here. And then this one, much more subtly, is going from almost totally white to a much more yellow fade. I love this thing. I love it so much. I haven't worked on it in a few days because I have been busy dyeing up lots of River's Edge yarn. But like I said, I'm going on a trip in a couple of days, and I'm pretty sure that I'm bringing 3 things to work on. One is that sock that I just showed you, the predictability sock. The second thing is going to be this project, because I am not even halfway done with Clue 2 and Clue 3 has already come out. So that is more than enough knitting for the few number of days that I will be gone. And yeah, so that is free, or not free or fade, What the Fade. And if you were listening but you were not wanting to look, then you are welcome to come back now. Because we are going to move right along into Hello Lovelies. I have really just one thing to show, I think. I purchased a bag from Jilly of the Knitting Broomstick podcast, and she has started an Etsy shop. It is new for her, and I wanted to support her. So here it is. I loved the black toile. The reason I love it, and I could be wrong, but I think that these toile people have ghosts, like they're skeletons or zombies or something, that they have like zombie faces. Jilly, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they do. And it's kind of small, so you can't totally tell, which also I love. But, so let's see. Maybe there's a little zombie in there, little skeleton face. Either way, I just think it's beautiful. She did a great job. All of her bags, I think, are going to come with this little silver broomstick stitch minder, zipper pull. And then the lining on this one was really fun, and autumnal. She, because she's so sweet and awesome, sent me chocolate. She sent me tea, and she sent me minis. So, Jilly, you are amazing and so generous and sweet. I also got, and I've already sort of put things everywhere, I got a really lovely care package, just so happy your house didn't flood gift from Samantha, who is Lavender Loon. Sam, oh my gosh, like I literally cried actual tears. One of the things she sent me is a beautiful handmade glass like wind chime, or right now it's only against one thing, so I would have to get some more, but right now it's just hanging in the tree right outside, like right outside this window that's in my my workroom here. And so I just get to see it kind of moving and waving in the breeze, and it's just so beautiful. So I'll get to think of my sweet friend every time I see it. I just love it. So she sent me some yarn and coffee and that beautiful thing and soap, and just amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. And the last thing that a sweet customer and viewer sent me that I definitely want to show you guys, because she has a business. She sent me this cute, it's like a little mommy turvis, because it's for wine or adult beverages, or at least mine will be, because it's the perfect size, but I think that's the intent. So it's pretty small. It's probably like 8 ounces, I guess. But she put my logo. I don't know if that's going to show up, but Suburban Stitcher. That is actually my logo, my font. How she did that, I don't know, but she did. And then this cute knitting needle heart. So she put the knitting needle heart, which is so stinking cute. And I love it. So here, let me tell you who her is, or she is. This is Courtney. Let's see. She said the cup is BPA free acrylic. I sell them in my Etsy shop and wanted to make you one, a token of appreciation. It says hand wash only. Okay, so her business. What is, she doesn't say, but maybe this Knit and Purl Girl. Knit and then the letter N, Purl, P-U-R-L, G-U-R-L. Knit and Purl Girl on Ravelry. And she's Mrs. M-R-S Price 2015 on Instagram. So if you are looking for, and I will link all of that, I will link her shop and everything in the show notes. But if you are looking for a cute, super cute, fun, like bachelorette party gift or friend, neighborhood, mom's club, bunko, whatever it is that you do gift, like, or just a sweet happy for yourself. Like, that was so super fun. I loved it. So thank you so much, Courtney. I love it. Okay, so shop news. Thank you for so many people who have, I know, respected the fact that I'm not taking custom orders. I thank you so much. I'm so full up right now on my, my requirements and things that are going on, in upcoming events. I wish that I had unlimited time, but I don't. But the custom orders will come back, I promise. I also want to clarify, just if it helps anyone, when I say custom orders, I mean custom for a color that exists in my shop. It is really hard for me to guess what you want. If you message me and, you know, if it's like a color that you just are dreaming of and you're looking for a dyer to dye it, I cannot always do that. That's going to be a lot harder for me to do. So custom orders at this time, you know, when I put them back up, are going to be for colorways that you've already seen me dye and you're like, oh man, you don't have Cinder on DK in the shop right now, so can you dye me 3 skeins of Cinder? Absolutely. Can you dye me, you know, 2 skeins of whatever? Can you add Cayman to your, you know, list of upcoming colorways? Absolutely. So right now I'm focusing on getting ready for the trunk show that I will be having as part of the Hill Country Best Little Yarn Crawl in Texas. I still call it the Hill Country Yarn Crawl. I can't get that out of my brain. But I will be at Hill Country Weavers on October, I want to say it's the 6th and 7th or 5th and 6th. It's whatever that first weekend in October is. My yarn will be there the entire length of the yarn crawl at Hill Country Weavers in Austin, so make sure you stop by, but I will be there the Friday and the Saturday. So I'm getting ready for that. I'm got a couple of trips in, you know, just before then. Life is so crazy right now, but the best kind of fun crazy. I do have a Halloween-y fun-ish colorway that is going to be appearing in the shop probably next week after I get back from vacation, but it is called Night Gypsy, and I have it dyed up. Kind of my prototypes were on 2 different bases, so, and I will show you 2 different bases to give you the idea of how widely this particular colorway can vary. So I have it on, this is on my glitter sock. This is Night Gypsy. And I was obviously very inspired by my black with neon speckles because this is it. So you can see that's on a sparkle base, super fun. And it's got the neon splashes and speckles kind of all throughout. And then I also dyed it up on single ply because I thought, oh my gosh, this would be great with like a black or a hot pink or an orange. So as you can see, like on these, the black took it way darker, which I love. But then also there was a lot more pinks in some of these skeins. So Night Gypsy is just one of those that is gonna vary extremely widely. And when that happens, for this color or any other color that I find that really just has that wide of a variance, I will always put separate listings, which I probably would do for these 2 because these, like this one is lots of pink and purple, a little bit of orange with not a lot of black, whereas this one is mostly black. So I would want people to know exactly what they're getting. Because if you were wanting to do like stripes and pair it with a black, this one would be a bit harder. This one would, you know, would stand out a lot more. So I just like people to know what they're getting. But that's Night Gypsy, and I am pretty sure I'm going to be casting on a skein of this very soon. I just love it. So Night Gypsy is coming. I also have a couple of other Halloween and fall colorways that are happening and in my brain brewing, and some of them are actually in existence and waiting on just to be dry. And so those will be all debuting next week. Let's do a shop update 1 week from today. So next Friday, there's also going to be some bags in the shop. There's going to be some new fall yarn colorways. It's just going to be a great update. I'm so excited. I think that's it for this week. There's just not a lot of things going on, but I do want to make sure that you stay tuned for the Around Your Neck Cal prize winners. So if you participated and you want to know if you won, stay tuned. And if you're not, didn't participate and you just want to leave, then bye. Hey y'all. Okay, so I am here to announce the winners of the Around Your Neck Cal knit along, and I apologize for the little bit of delay in getting all of these to you, but I hope that it's so worth it for so many winners. We have tons and tons of winners, and I want to get those to you now. Okay, so this is in no particular order, and I'm actually looking at this right now. Oh gosh, I don't want to guess which person because I can't remember offhand, of course. But I feel like there were a couple of people that were really close as far as point totals. There was like someone who had 36 points, someone who had 33, and then 32. And so there were some people that really did amazing. So I'm just going to go through this list of prizes, and congratulations to all the winners. The rule for this is go ahead and email me or message me on Ravelry. And I'm DBB Stitch on Ravelry. And my email is Diane, D-I-A-N-N-E, those two N's, D-I-A-N-N-E @suburbanstitcher.com. Okay, so let's see. Suburban Stitcher prizes, I'm donating two. One to Pocketses, P-O-C-K-E-T-S-E-S, and one to Siberian Cat. And if you will message or contact me, you're going to get a free skein of yarn of your choice. Boo Knits donated one pattern collection of the winner's choice, and that goes to Legal Eagle. Java Pearl Designs donated 5 copies of patterns. Email me for the specifics, but these winners are CM Flame, Mac Attack, Martha 24 Jane, W-I-S-I-N-O-R, and Sarah Wack. A copy of, I want to say it's Emmeline, shawl from Jennifer Lassonde, but I will confirm that, goes to Emsen, E-M-M-S-E-N. Kitchen Counter Crafter prize that will be sent to you, and I'll put you in contact with Java Jenny, goes to KTB, K-A-Y-T-E-E-B-E. Lavender Loon prize is this skein of yarn, and it is an MCN 80% superwash merino, 10% nylon, 10% cashmere in the Pixie Dream colorway. And this goes to 9 Crafty 11. Mrs. Brown's Bags prize is a zippered bag right here, and then a notebook with that really cute knit stitch front, and that goes to Quiet Zone, Quiet-Zone. Queen City Yarn has a prize donation. I believe it was up to $35 skein of yarn to the winner's choice, and that goes to Sally Wren. Remade by Hand donated some patterns. Message me, I'll give you the info. 3 winners, Another Horn Frog, IRYL Knits, and Melissa 724. And Sarah Monty Designs donated 5 patterns. Again, message me and I will give you the details. It's the 5 winners are ERSIKU, Tales of Yarn, Tammy plus Hazel, A1 Dawin, A and then the number 1, DAWEN, and a Knitster, AKNITSTER. So congratulations to all of the winners. I'm so excited. It's always a fun knit along every year. Thank you all for participating, and I'm just so excited. So thank you so much. I'll keep those threads up on Ravelry. I'm gonna unsticky them so they won't be up at the top, but they'll still be there pretty close to the top. And I just want to say thanks again. Okay, bye guys.